Hey, this is Deidre Ashante, and I am back with Miss Zeta. Zeta is all about and all over Atlanta. Yeah. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Doing great things. Tell the people about Zeta.
Okay, so Zeta J, she's born, raised in Atlanta. She hasn't lived anywhere else, so she's been here all her life.
Grady baby.
Grady baby.
Grady baby.
Grady
Grady
baby. South Side, Southwest Atlanta. I went to Tri-Cities High School.
Okay, Tri-Cities.
Yes, graduated 99. Teen mom, had my daughter at pregnant at 17, had my daughter at 18. So I've been raising a child pretty much all my life. I have several things going on, but I've always had an entrepreneurial heart. I dabbled and dabbed into network marketing, started my businesses, failed, did the whole thing. And probably 2011, my life kind of changed. I ended up having another child. His name is Noah. He's 4 years old. That's my baby. We'll go into that story later. But I had my son, and I lost my job while I was homeless.
Jesus.
And then shortly after I got pregnant with my son. So 2011 was a lot of events going on. So fast forward, my son is 4. I published 2 books.
We published 2 books, y'all.
2 books. They're available on Amazon. And then I'm also a blogger. There's a story to that as well. I host Meet the Authors after publishing my books. I realized I didn't know or have a network of authors. So I created my own network. So I host an event called Meet the Authors. It's a gathering for authors and publishers and writers to come together and to talk about business, marketing, and different strategies that they use that may help somebody.
Okay.
So my first event was May the 20th, and my next event is October the 14th, and it's going to be here in Atlanta. The location has not been disclosed, but yeah. So I have a lot going on.
A lot. Okay, I got to break this up. For those of us that's a little slow like me, right? It's a lot. So you are a native ATLian, which I love. Business-wise, what are some things that you think that helps you because you have that foundation here in Atlanta to be a businesswoman here?
What I've learned is relationships, and I pretty much learned this from corporate America. When you're starting a business, it's important to network. I know back in the 90s, networking and mixers was very important. And that's where things happen. That's how you connect. I know even with our encounter, I reached out to you, but by divine connection, we were able to meet at an event. So for me, I think the biggest thing, and for any entrepreneur, anybody looking to start their business, is building relationships
in the community.
So that's what I was
no one is looking for you if they don't know you're there.
Right.
So you can have something absolutely great going on, but if you keep it to yourself, no one else will know.
Correct.
So when you're looking and doing your brunches, how do you find the events?
Me out here networking. So if I'm covering an event for my blog, I'm talking and see what's going on, and I just let them know my event. I've had a lot of authors and entrepreneurs hit me up on social media, but pretty much between me covering events and me posting on social media is how I
locate you. Yeah. So okay, I'm old a little bit. Hey Ash, explain to me what a blog is and how it helps in business.
So a blog, I would say a blog was the old-fashioned printed magazine. So everybody wants to share their story. Everybody wants to tell what's going on in their lives. So your blog is your personal domain on the internet that people can type in your name and go to your page and see what's going on. So it's just another page in a magazine, but it's just online.
Virtual.
Just virtual.
Okay. So it's a virtual. Ash London says hi.
Hi,
Ash. So now with blogging, because we're going from print. It's more of a digital. The millennials, I tell y'all every week I'm old, but the millennials have a benefit because they have everything at the touch of a finger.
Yes.
Everything's at the touch of a finger. So basically, as a blogger, you attend various events. do research certain companies and then report on it.
That's correct. So it first started after publishing my book. I just start expressing myself and sharing my story or whatever I had going on my blog. My blog has went through several changes, but then after having my first event and meeting other people, they wanted me to cover their events on the blog. And so that's how that got started. And with me networking now, I have met people where I just want to cover their story. And my blog is, so a blog is like the shade room for entertainment. My blog is called Get Inspired, and it's for your everyday woman. We are not celebrities. There's a lot of celebrity blogs out there. So I just want to inspire someone, which is
The
your
real people.
The real
I
people.
love it. I like the real people. Real people mean real dollars, real community motivation. That's where you can actually change something.
Correct.
And I feel like we get so wrapped up in what all the celebrities or so-called celebrities, because some of them aren't getting paid, they just have a lot of followers. So they do. So when you say get inspired, what type of events, in case I have some followers out there that have things coming up, what type of things do you want to see?
Well, I try to cover events that like touches the everyday woman. So recently we cover health and wellness is one, women lifestyle is one, anything fitness, and just entrepreneurship is a must because I'm an entrepreneur, so I cover anything media related, fashion, wellness, healthcare. And I also have some bloggers, so I have contributors for the blog, so they cover the areas where I'm not knowledgeable in.
Gotcha. So smart women.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, thanks for promoting me on your page. You're sweet. Oh, so how would you? Okay, so communication skills. Because I see a lot of people write like they're on, on text. So are there any
Resources?
prerequisites to being a blogger, or can anybody just go blog?
Because it's the internet, anybody can create a blog. Because it's the internet and it's social media, anybody can create a blog. So it's easy. Now, qualifications and what you want your material and what you want your viewers and readers to see, then you need to sharpen your skills. It's a lot of free resources. You got the Webster. Everything is digital, so it's at your fingertips. Just type in what you think you want to know, and it's going to come up.
So basically, do you build followers for the blog?
I do.
Okay. So business owners, stylists, barbers, salons, any type of business owner, connect with some bloggers. Do some events, invite them to some events, because then you not only open up yourself to your market and your list of clientele or your circle, but now your blogger circle is introduced to what you have.
Yes.
So I think that's what we need to make sure that we understand. Everybody doesn't have to be so close knit.
Correct.
Okay. We all need more. There's at no point am I gonna say I have more. I have too many. I have enough students. I have enough
Right.
of this. You constantly have to keep reinventing yourself and rebranding, and getting to know people. So I actually am really getting kind of used to this blog, because my PR status publicity, shout out to him. I absolutely adore Michael Majesty, and I think he's probably how we ended up connecting.
Right. Right.
So
you hear him posting on Instagram and just me like, okay, I went to your page with this page. I was like, okay, let me just send her an email.
So you cannot stay in your own little circle. This thing is a lot of work.
Yes.
So how many years have you been working on the blog?
So blog, so we gotta go. When we get into the personal stuff. So the blog has been mentally in my mind for 10 years.
Wow.
So this is when blogs was the age time to the internet. Not until probably 8 months have I been blogging, and a lot has transpired. So when we talk about just the personal and just the life of entrepreneurship, then I can really.
You got free reign. Come on, go there. Go there. So how has this been difficult? What have been some of the challenges?
I would say the only challenge is me not doing it earlier. That's the
And what do you think hindered you? Because you said it's been there forever. That fear thing, okay?
Yeah, it was fear and not believing in myself, not thinking that I had something to share with other people, not thinking that people would even want to hear what I had to say, you know, because we so focused on, like you said, the celebrities, and we're not really connected with ourselves in the everyday
and
moment.
your strength and who you are. I promise. I mean, I have so many sheroes in my life, and none of them are celebrity status.
Right.
None of them.
My circle either. None of them.
Yeah, I think that you getting down into the trenches, and one thing I've experienced and you've gone through is being a single mom.
Yes.
I think at somewhere in our generation we got our husbands and spouses and helpmates kind of fell off.
Yes.
I don't know where they at.
I don't know where they at, girl. Look, I thought in '99 I didn't know where they at. Yeah, we in 2017.
Girl, I'm just praying. But it's like the majority of the women I know and the women I come in contact are single moms. Mm-hmm. That's just who we are. So, how did you navigate through that as an entrepreneur?
That's a challenge. That's a challenge for me. Like right now, because from the beginning, it was me feeling that I was neglecting my kids if I wanted to do something that will fulfill me. So because for the last 16-17 years, it's been all about me trying to raise a child, and me kind of not even thinking about my dreams or not really believing in myself. So to put that on me now, where I'm focusing on me, you know, I kind of feel like, oh, you know, certain things in the household don't get taken care of sometimes. But I feel like if I want to be fulfilled, you know, as long as it's not critical and it's nothing that's impacting my kids or they're going without, then it can kind of go to the side. So that's me washing dishes. That's me missing my son's baseball game. That's me just not being able to teach my daughter things like full time because she's getting ready to graduate. Mm-hmm. But I think right now is worth it. And to get back to the personal side, and last year November the 2nd, and this is what really pushed me to where I am now. I almost died. So when that happened and God saved my life, and I've had this vision, you know, in my mind for so many years, I said it's now or never. So I either do it now or I continue to live the same life.
And continue to live with that regret of what if.
What if?
What if is always what if is always in the back of your mind. And I always tell people time is the only thing that you can never get back.
Right.
As parents, our kids, they have to come. We have to put them first. But if you don't do self-care, you won't be there or any good to them. Right. So many women suffer from depression, can't get out of the bed, can't do this, can't do that, because they have all this that they want to do.
Right.
Or all of this that they feel inclined and pushed to do that fulfills them, but life happens.
Right.
I hear that almost every day from everybody. Life happens. And we as women automatically put ourselves on the back burner.
Yes.
We're on the back burner to our spouses. We're on the back burner to our children. We're on the back burner to our 9 to 5s.
Yep.
So we have to be true to ourselves. We have to figure out what makes us happy.
Right.
What makes us happy? At some point you in that relationship and it's all good.
Oh.
Yeah, you think having that baby for them, we're gonna have us a baby, we're gonna live in a white picket fence, and we get it and we don't want it.
And we don't want it.
Wait a minute. Hey, time out. I changed my mind.
Right. Or I done committed and I don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, like we have to learn to be honest first and foremost with ourselves.
Right.
And do what is fulfilling and happy for us. And everything else has to kind of fit into that puzzle.
Right.
Of course, you're not gonna not cook for your kids for 4 days. They come get you for that. But you can say, I'm gonna make a home cooked meal 4 times a week.
Right.
When my children were young, I had to take some time off and actually homeschool them.
Okay.
Because I just the middle, my children are not special. They special. They're not special needs, but they special needs. So middle school is just that pivotal time. So I'm in the middle of trying to homeschool the girls, open 2 businesses. I had a school and a salon at the time, and I just taught them. But they were just with me. Come on, we're going to do some math from 9 to 11. Right. From 11 to 1, we're going to do some clients. And then after we finish them clients, we're going to go back and do some science. But they, and their work ethic is stronger because they've seen me and my work ethic. So I think as we stop getting out of this fantasy world that America has set up for us, and start being true. If as long as you're not hurting somebody, hurting yourself, or just committing, just breaking laws, it's okay to be who you are and walk in your truth and do what makes you happy.
Yes.
So I'm glad you got to that place. I'm sorry you almost had to die to do it. Yes, Ms. Nicole, you know I love science. My students laugh at me because I teach anatomy. I just like it.
Girl, sorry for that, girl. I love that in high school. As long as I passed the course and graduated, it's gone.
So how have you are published? Which is an amazing. I commend you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I love to see us get our real message out there. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe we're playing something, but we got to get some authors together and have like a book meeting where we share, because we'll go and watch a movie and it's totally fictional before we go and find out each other's story. And that would motivate us 20 times more.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. What prompted you to sit down and write?
So 2011. 2011, I lost my job. I was homeless, and then fast forward, everything started picking up. I was able to find a place. I ended up, I found a job. And then I met my son's father. So met my met my son's father. And we're dating, short-term dating, but it's the regular, date. Y'all going on dates, all the good stuff that happened in dating. Fast forward, I got pregnant. So I had to decide. Well, the agreement was that I was going to have an abortion. That was the agreement.
So this wasn't something y'all had planned?
No, wasn't a plan. After I had my daughter, that was it. I wasn't having any kids. So I was counting on me today. My daughter graduating next year. I'll be 36. She going to college, and I'm doing me. I can move out of town. I can do whatever I want to do. That was the plan.
That's how we planned it.
That's my plan. That was my, I can do whatever. But fast forward, we're dating. Everything going good. I get pregnant. So the decision was for me to have an abortion. Well, the commitment was that I was going to have an abortion. But my spirit, I couldn't do it. I waited to a little bit, 4 months. I was 4 months pregnant, and I decided to have my son. When I decided to have my son, some things was revealed to me, and we're going to read between the lines. And I went through my pregnancy alone.
Why are we reading through the lines?
Yeah, we're going to read through the lines.
That ain't unleashed.
Unleashed. Read through the lines.
What happened? I told y'all I'm slow.
So somebody called. Well, he called, and he was like, I got something to tell you. So once I decided that I was going to have my son, a couple of weeks, he said, okay, I want to talk to you. So he came over, and he was like, I've been married for 5 years. And I was like, just get the F out of my house.
Right.
And that was pretty much.
And you never saw any signs?
No. So, as far as marriage, now, I seen a sign where it could have been somebody, but I never would have counted that he was married, because why? I met his aunt, I met his father, I met his mom, I met his sister.
Cohorts in it. Charles.
I met his cousin, so me, I would never have thought that he was married.
Right.
That
because they
have
all
a side chick
together.
or something else, that's what I would have thought. But I never would have thought that he was married.
Dirty dog.
So we went through that. It was It
was
crazy.
hard.
It was
That's
crazy.
hard.
Nobody really, because whoever is some of my friends or family tuning in, they ain't know the story because nobody don't know the story.
You unleashed with me.
Yeah, nobody don't know the story unless you come to my meet the authors. Then you don't know, and I still don't really give the story. But so yeah, so it was, you know, went through pregnancy pretty much by myself. I was harassed. You know, versus me going acting crazy. I'm just going to deal with it. Me, my mom, and my daughter. You know, that's it. And he would check in between time. And, you know, that's why I wrote the Black Girls Guide to Co-Parenting, which was an ebook. And then I was like, my daughter's like, well, change your story, Mom. So then I made it to just a co-parenting book. Now, me and his father, it's not the relationship, the idea of the father being there every weekend or he called. That's just unrealistic, you know. And I had to, now I can talk about it and just like, okay, if he called and he don't come, then I can accept that and I move on. When he called and said that he coming to get my child, come get your child. Thank you for coming getting him today, because his father needs him regardless what's the situation. That's his father. He needs to be in his life, and I understand the importance of that.
And one thing we have to do is learn how to. We have to learn how to not take it personal, because that baby will be 2 months old, and we like, he come see the baby. The baby don't know.
The baby
don't know. It's okay. The baby don't know. The baby just want to eat. The baby just want to eat, burp, go to sleep. We have to let people.
Yes.
It's hard, but we have to let people go through their process.
Yes.
You have a responsibility to your child.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a responsibility to you.
Right.
His responsibility is to his child.
That's it.
And that may change 23 million times over their lifetime. And it's so hard. I find that women struggle with that so much, with how to deal with that hurt.
Yes.
And how to separate that hurt from being a parent.
Yes.
So I definitely applaud you.
Yes.
I commend you. So the books are...
So the first book was the Black Girls Guide to Co-Parenting, because I want to specifically talk to the black mother, because we petty, we childish, we speak negative. You know, we're basically destroying our families at the end of the day.
Right.
So
over a decision that we made.
Right.
When we didn't do our research or stay long enough. Right. Now everybody depressed and oppressed because you made 2 mistakes.
Amen.
Move on.
So that's why I wrote the Black Girls Guide to Co-Parenting.
And the second book.
The second book, I kind of rebranded it, and so it's Parenting with No Bras. So just letting it all hang out.
Parenting with No Bras. Yes.
And I really focus on a positive, you know, about just the parenting. So if you divorce, you single, you the side chick, you the baby mama.
Yes.
None of that really matters at the end of the day. It's about building the foundation for the black family and our generations, knowing like no matter my father's still here, we're not gonna bicker and fuss and curse the baby dad out in front of me. We're not gonna do all that. We building positive and creative environments for our kids.
I love it. Well, I want to thank you, lady. It's been amazing.
Thank you
it has been amazing. I appreciate it. We're gonna do some things together in the coming days. So, guys, I love this lady. Can you tell them how to find you on IG?